Brago, how's it going?
It's going.
So this latest chapter of One Piece dropped, and we got some pretty crazy things, huh?
Yeah, it was one of those you really enjoy. A lot of lower stuff and the start of a new arc officially, kinda.
Where do you think Nami's at, dude? Like, she ended up in a Lego room. Do you see that?
She got kidnapped
Yeah.
by a giant, and they threw her into like a dollhouse.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Do you think all of Elbaf is gonna be like Legoland?
No, I feel like this is one of these like eccentric giants that like playing with humans.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, if I was a giant, I'd probably like get living dolls as well.
Would you?
Why not?
Huh. Yeah, I feel that. You know, if there was one race to like enslave a lot of people, I think giants would be really good at it, right?
I mean, you already see Big Mom already does that.
Yeah. And she does it because she's big.
Right. She puts them in a book.
Damn, you're right. No, dude. I would do. Oh man, would you eat people like regular sized humans if you were a giant?
You see, maybe not, but if I was hungry enough and I ate one by mistake and I liked it, then, maybe be like chicken fingers or something.
Yeah, no. It could be like like whales eat like 1,000 krill a day or something. It could be like that.
I don't think I'd want
up.
to eat them, but I think it'd be fun to just have like actual live dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's like a giant that has. I mean, Nami's beautiful too, so it's just
it's like a
you
prize.
get it. Yeah, it's like a prize having her, and maybe the person who kidnapped her knows that she's a Straw Hat. But I'm like, bro, how did we get here? This has been 2 days.
They drank some absinthe, they drank green fairy, and then they hallucinated, and then they ended up here like the Hangover.
Yeah, right. I saw some people was complaining about the Straw Hats being separated again.
Nah, man, I like it. Like, I know it's an overused trope. It happens at every island at this point, but I honestly like it.
Yeah, the thing is, like, this has never happened though. Like, where, like, has that ever happened? Where they fall asleep or like they pass out and they just separate?
It kind of happened at Punk Hazard, right? With Caesar's men like gassing them up, and then they ended up in the lab. It was kind of different though, because half of the Straw Hats were already on the island.
Yeah, and we knew what they did. This one is just kind of like, bro, they woke up and we just see one perspective.
Yeah, they got.
I don't mind it. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't mind it because I know it'd be more frustrating if they were all in one spot, and then imagine them all in one spot. We're meeting a bunch of new characters, and we're not getting to focus on the characters because we have to focus on so many Straw Hats.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
Yeah. So you got to separate them, I think, to kind of focus more on, because it did it in Egghead too, right? Like when Luffy and them, they were with Bonnie. Then you had Nami and them. They were like separated with Vegapunk. Well, Luffy met Vegapunk eventually, but they were with like Shaka, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like they separated them to kind of focus on those other characters more. So I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, and then plus
I'm okay with
the other Straw Hats that aren't on the island, they're like, hey, we can't head back to Elbaf like this. And it's like, oh, like maybe, we spend a good amount of time with these Straw Hats that are on the island, and we forget about, Robin, Frankie, and Jinbei for a little bit. I wouldn't mind that.
The Straw Hats that are on the island are the main one that people want to focus on is there too. So
yeah, like the Alabasta Six is what they're calling them. It's like a boy band.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I don't know. The things that piss me off about One Piece nowadays is it's not that frequent because I've accepted One Piece for what it is.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know, what's something that pisses you off about One Piece still, other than long legs and long arms?
Other than the races of One Piece, one thing that pisses me off. Nothing really. Like I'm really easygoing in real life, so like it's hard for me to get upset. And some people say like, oh, Sai just always hypes up the chapters, but it's like, dude, I just go with the flow, brother.
We're just vibing, baby. Yeah, it's just vibing. It's just like I guess the things that I don't like, and I feel like sometimes it's just like it's so minuscule. It's just like it's not even worth mentioning. For the most part, like I expect the Straw Hats to separate. You know what I'm saying? It's just it just kind of comes with it to me.
I guess the one thing I dislike, but it's not even like a big dislike. It's just fake deaths. But it's not even like that
tension.
bad. Yeah.
Tension. Yeah. I mean, because I don't know. Would you consider Vegapunk a fake death?
No, because we all expected it, right? Like we were all playing around with ideas on how he comes back, and it's the world's smartest guy, so that's fine.
I never thought Stella was dead. Like it was just didn't make sense to me because the brain is still functioning, and so as long as that's alive, some part of him should still be alive.
It was always 50-50. It's like Kuma, right? Like what the hell's going on with that guy, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's just smiling, brother. He's just smiling.
I guess he just can't talk now, huh?
Yeah. I mean, can he even move though?
mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what's going on with him. Like
It's just an anomaly. Dad,
I was gonna say
look, it's the horizon. He can't even look at it. He's just like, he's just looking
smiling.
up.
This is the entire time.
God.
It's just I don't know. I hope. Okay, I hope he dies. Okay, I really
Me
hope
too.
he dies
Kill
because I
him.
feel like I shed tears and I want him to mean something. So yes, kill him.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be on Bonnie's terms, right? Like, she has to say goodbye properly. Like, she has to know, like, this isn't good for, like, unless they can bring back Kuma, it's not good to keep, you know, a vegetable Kuma here with her. It's
wanted,
rough. It's rough.
I wanted like Kuma's consciousness to be transferred to like S-Beer or something like that.
That'd be nice.
I mean, it could happen eventually, but I don't know. Like with this Kuma, I feel like me wanting him to die is because of my personal interest and involvement in like his whole story, and it felt like when Vegapunk pulled the lever, it was like, oh man, he's gone forever. And it was like, well, not forever. Like,
yeah, he's in a weird state of limbo right now. I think that's the strangest part for me. Like, if we knew that we could bring him back, sure, keep him around. If we don't know, it's like, it's strange. Like Lilith, like I would love just one scene where they're like, hey, Lilith, can we do anything about this guy here? Like, surely they know. I think the Straw Hats already know what's going on with Kuma. They must have already asked, and it's just going to be like a flashback we get later. But yeah.
Yeah, we just got to take it for what it is at this point. I don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah, so for Blackbeard, though, we got an update on him, and we see what they've been doing, brother. They are making moves, putting Garp, Lafitte, oh my god, Caribou? Dude, this is a Yonko. Dude, this is a pirate crew. No, this isn't even that. It's a well-oiled machine.
They have an edge on the Straw Hats.
100%.
A major edge. And the major edge is that they don't have to operate together.
Yeah.
Like they are, like the Straw Hats can go off on their own, but because of Luffy and who he is, he would never be like, hey, Zoro, you, Usopp, Nami, and Robin, y'all go to Elbaf.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on to this place because I heard about something happening with Barto. Luffy would never do that.
He's like, Robin, why don't you go to Umit's headquarters and spy on them for like 10 months without anybody knowing? Like, no.
Never.
We
Luffy,
don't
he
do
wants
that.
to go everywhere together. Let's have fun. And so for Blackbeard, it makes sense that he's making these moves. I mean, bro, to be honest, based on how Blackbeard operates, he should achieve whatever the hell he wants to, based on the crew he's assembled. And the fact that they, again, bro, he sent Aokiji and Van Augur to Whole Cake Island.
By themselves. Dude, the amount of confidence he had in those guys, insane, by the way.
By themselves, right? And so it's just, you love how they're operating because you feel like this makes the most sense. You know, where it's like we have a bunch of people, they're competent. Let's separate. Let's go out and accomplish the things we need. Bro, even to Egghead, he sent, was Katarina and Van Augur?
Yeah. And Van Augur just got off of the mission where he fought Law. You know what I mean?
They are working, dog.
Yeah.
They are working, and I love it because it makes sense. And Blackbeard is just like, he's touching like every part of the world. And that's why I think bro.
Where did he get these guys, man? Like Indeed.com, like Premium Plus? Like, how did he do this? Where did he find a operative like Lafitte and Burgess and all these guys before Impel Down? How'd that happen?
And even the panel that spread with all of them sitting down, like you feel just like this crew is legit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an insane crew with like a bunch of competent people, and they have a different feel than the Straw Hats crew. And it's like, I mean, it feels a bit unfair when you add Aokiji to like a crew like this, but like, I mean, the Straw Hats added a warlord, you know, and they almost added Kaido's kid. So they're just head and shoulders over everybody else.
For Lafitte, do you think that Blackbeard's plan involves him helping the world government or helping the Revs, or just like staying on the side and just observing?
I was gonna make a video about this, but I think Blackbeard has the facilities to take care of the Celestial Dragon's problems.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he set himself up. I wouldn't even be surprised if Blackbeard's the one blowing up the Bondolas to make the problem even worse. So when he swoops in like a hero, the Celestial Dragons are going to love this guy.
Possibly, because somebody just fell in his lap who is kind of a bottomless pit that can carry a lot of food.
Yeah, dude. Imagine they send Caribou's ass up there.
So,
My God.
Caribou. And then you have like San Juan Wolf as well. So like, you know, these problems with food, those could be taken care of very easily with Blackbeard. And if Blackbeard can do that for Celestial Dragons and he has Garp, it's going to be very difficult to deny him what he wants, you know, because at the end of the day, the Celestial Dragons, they call the shots. So the Blackbeard and the Blackbeard Pirates, they just have a bunch of assets, you know. The fantasy football people probably get this, but they have like a insane assets that they can sell. They can even sell low, you know, but
they can sell for whatever they want.
They can sell for whatever they want because of the assets that they have. So for Blackbeard, he's playing with house money, bro. I mean,
he really is.
And then also, when you add an admiral to your crew, this is how you want somebody to operate. Like, what would suck is if like the Straw Hats get an admiral and all of a sudden like he's just sailing with the Straw Hats everywhere. No, send him out. Let him go do stuff. Things. Yeah. So Blackbeard, man, I love this crew.
If Blackbeard starts swaying the world government, imagine the reunion between Kuzan and Akainu. Because Akainu would have to, like, you know, see this guy walk up to Marie Joie, and he'd be like, what the hell? What happened to this guy?
Yeah, so, like, I made, like, I had a thumbnail commissioned where Akainu was there with Aokiji because they have to, like, agree.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a signing. And so Aokiji and Akainu, that's the first time they see each other again because Blackbeard brings his right hand. And then Akainu was there with like whomever the world government sends out, maybe Garling. That'd be funny. See the magma just starts dripping down Akainu's face. Like it's like instinct, you know?
Yeah.
Kuzan, just like the ice just starts forming. That'd be fire.
I could see Akainu saying, I'm disappointed in you, Kuzan. Like, pirates, really? This is where you went afterwards?
And then Aokiji say something like, well, look at a pot, call it a kettle.
Yeah. The cold shoulder goes both ways.
Yeah, right. Something shit
silly.
Like that. Yeah, because it's just, I mean, I don't know if I kind of can say that, but I think it'd be dope. But I mean, with Caribou and like what the potential of what the Blackbeard Pirates can do, dog, it's looking scary. It's looking scary.
The last part now, Barto. We talked about this like years ago. And to be fair, this is something a lot of people saw coming, right? At some point, Shanks has to put this man in his place. It was just us?
It was just us.
Man, I made a short about this, and I went back and revisited it. And the top comments were like, oh, you know, Shanks and Barto are just going to laugh off stories about Luffy. It's like, no, guys, why would they do that? It's like, yeah, Shanks is a pirate. He has to do something.
I think for Barto, I don't know. I don't know if this is ever mentioned, but I worry about the consistency of things when like Barto... You should know about Luffy's affiliation with Shanks if you're a fanboy.
Yeah,
but like I don't know how he'd know.
I don't know how, but he should.
I don't know how he'd know. But it's just like it's one of those things that, you know, I guess now he knows, right?
Yeah, like I mean the guy knew about Nami's tangerine trees and everything else about the crew. It's like, how does he not know about the Shanks thing? Like, you would think that he would visit Fuchsia Village and be like, hey guys, how did Luffy grow up?
Yeah. But you know, it's one of those things that you wouldn't know how he would know, but
yeah.
This led to another idea, something else I wanted to talk about, with just how a lot of these captains have to be protected by their crews. Where remember with Luffy in Water 7 after the Usopp tiff, and he was like, "Oh, Usopp, you can." Zoro's like, "No, he can't just rejoin the crew, right?" And like, this is what accountability looks like. I think at the end of the day, for Usopp, like I think Luffy cares about the journey. Zoro cares about the game.
The honor.
You know, right? Like, there's some people that gamble to actually try and win money. Some people gamble because it's fun and they try to win money. You know, it's just like, yo, it's part of the lifestyle. I feel like for Zoro, it's like, if we're going to do it, let's embrace it. You know, like, we're going to be pirates, let's be pirates. And I think Usopp is kind of the same way, where we can't just let him off, bro. Like, he was already saying, oh, I didn't know the red hair pirates were so soft.
Yeah.
Right? Because now Barto starts running his mouth, then that becomes a thing. And of course, they can't have that. Because even if they are kind of quote unquote soft and they're like good pirates, in this world, you can't have that reputation because people take advantage of that.
Because somebody would come by tomorrow and burn that flag again, knowing that Shanks wouldn't do a damn thing.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, you got to blow up that ship.
I'm there for it.
For the last thing I want to ask you real quick, though. So when we see Nami in that Lego room, when you grew up, what toys did you play with? And like, you know, if you had to like base a toy house on something, what would it be? Like Nerf, Bionicles, like where were you falling?
The thing that stands out the most, probably be like Beyblades.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Beyblades are like toys.
Yeah, I was thinking about the I forgot what they're called. They're like those little balls, and you roll them out, and they like turn into like little dragons. They pop up.
I don't know what those are.
It was like an old like cartoon anime show. I forgot what it's called.
I would say that or like Hot Wheels.
Oh, Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
I could see Elbaf being like a semi-toy land, or maybe like this is a giant with the toy fruit, or maybe it's just like the capital of Elbaf. I don't know. Like the dollhouse thing is so fun.
You can go so many different ways with it. They have like a whole small world built for like humans, but it's just like
toys,
all these different toys.
Oh, like a giant like a giant like Lego town, or like a giant chessboard or something,
like a labyrinth where it's just like you can't get out and shit. That'd be insane.
Yeah, they have to like play games with the giants until like they escape, and that's where Usopp like shines because he's like crafty and stuff.
Yeah, I mean David and Goliath is happening, bro.
It's happening, dude.
It's happening.
But hey, thank you, Brago, for joining me on this quick little refresher on the chapter. Really appreciate it, brother. You guys know where to find Brago. As always, he'll be linked down below. Brago, his favorite supermarket, just a quick tidbit, is Walmart. And yeah, thank you so much, Brago, for being here.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Peace out.